Just joined my first gang, so they gave me this really cool do-rag, and today we're gonna go spin the block on our ops. I don't know what that means, but it sounds super fun. This is my impression of a fish when you throw it back in the water after catching it. Can someone tell me why when I opened this new tub of peanut butter, there was a hole inside it? I haven't even used it yet. It just came like this. I mean, I'm still gonna eat it, but... To all the Japanese people out there, I recently discovered anime and I really like it. So as a thank you for creating these wonderful shows, I've made an American version of sushi. Arigato. I just got McDonald's BTS meal, and apparently you're supposed to feel like one of the members of the band when you eat it, but I don't think that's true, so let's try it. When I say I want a McFlurry with extra Oreos, this is what I mean. To the employee who made this, you deserve a raise. No, you deserve a kiss. Come here. An old man just saw me playing football, and he said he thinks I'm good enough to go pro. So if any professional teams are watching this, look at this. A girl just invited me over to her house, but she told me to bring protection, and I don't know what that means. So I just grabbed the best protection I could find and put on a helmet. Why'd she even say that? Are we gonna be playing baseball or something? I went to a gender reveal party where they were cutting this cake to find out the gender of the baby, but instead of it being blue or pink on the inside, it was this color. Does that mean the baby's gonna be Caucasian? Don't ask me for advice on how to talk to girls, because my friend did that and now he's not getting a second date because he asked me how to approach this girl that he liked, and I was like, just treat her like she's one of your homies. Sounds like good advice, right? Turns out that's really bad advice, and he took it way too literal because when we hang out, he would always do this thing where if we were walking by a bush, he would push me into it because he thought it was like the most funny thing ever, and it was, but it's funny because we're close friends. You wouldn't do that to a random stranger, right? Right? Well, he was hanging out with this girl for the first time, so they were still in the stage where you're asking each other what their favorite color is. And they're walking down the street, but he sees a bush coming up. So as she's talking, he just pushes her into it and laughs. Do you know how much of a psychopath he probably looked like to her at that moment? Lucky for him, the girl didn't take it too seriously and they finished the rest of the date together, but I don't think he's getting a second date. What do you guys think? Is he gonna get one? No, he's not. Why do people have such weird group chat names? Like, I don't think I've ever met a friend group that has a normal one. It's always gotta be something freaky. And I would know because I get added to a lot of random group chats from people that follow me, and they always have the most insane names. Like, tell me why the other day, my phone starts going off a bunch during class, so I check it, and I'm getting texts from 5 Nights at Diddy's. My teacher sees me looking at my phone while she's teaching, so she's like, Tyler, why are you on your phone while I'm teaching? And what am I supposed to say back? Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Smith. I'm just getting a bunch of texts from 5 Nights at Diddy's right now. Please stop adding me to these group chats. Nobody talks about how having a crush will literally turn you into a detective. Because one time I stalked this girl's social media because I liked her. So I wanted to learn everything about her, and I found her Visco, and about 20 minutes into scrolling through it, I saw one of her posts that had a really niche song on it that not many people know. So after I found this, I posted a story with this song on it as if I actively listened to this band, and she swiped up on it and she was like, oh my gosh, you listen to this band too? I said, yes, girl, this is my favorite band. It's a good thing she didn't pull the name 5 songs card out because I would have been cooked. But anyway, she was like, no way, I love that band too. I didn't think anyone else knew about them. And my response was, are you kidding? I thought I was the only one who listened to them. So we started talking a lot, but do not try this because if you build a relationship on a lie, they will find out. Because a couple months later, she was showing me a picture of one of the people in the band and I was like, who is that? So she started to figure out that I actually have no idea who this band is. So I admitted to her what I did and she thought it was weird. So don't try it. Don't try it. If you want to impress a girl, do not pretend to have an accent because I did that once and it went horribly. So I go to the same coffee shop every day, and one day I see a pretty girl walk in, perfect hair, perfect teeth. I'm thinking, this is my future wife. And she's there with a friend and they're just talking like girls do, and I'm trying to listen to the conversation so I can think of something smart to approach her with. And I hear her mention how she thinks British accents are so attractive. Bingo, there's my shot. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna go up to her and pretend that I have a British accent and she's gonna fall in love, right? It sounds like a great plan in theory, but the only problem is I've never practiced a British accent before. So I just walk up to her cold turkey and the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, hello. Yeah, just like that. Hello. Dog, I don't even know if that is British. I was just trying to do my best Millie Bobby Brown impression because I know she's British. And the accent was so incredibly bad that these two girls just look at each other and start laughing. And I could tell they were laughing at me, not with me. So I just left. I don't know what I was thinking either, because if the accent somehow did work and she started to like me, at some point in the relationship, I was gonna have to admit to her that I'm not British. So it was just a stupid idea in general. But now, be honest with me. Can I wear this outfit that I'm about to show you to a wedding? Because I think everyone's either gonna hate it and laugh at me, or everyone's gonna love it. Here's the outfit.
Doing the things that I never would know. Treat me like what's easy.
What do you think, huh? Never mind, my mom said the outfit makes me look like a grain of rice, so I'm not wearing it. This is your warning to never be friends with someone who uses an Android. Because everyone in my friend group has an iPhone except for one person. But one of my friends recently proposed to his girlfriend. And the Android user was there when it happened because his one job was to record the proposal. So he did, but when he tried to send the video to the friend that proposed, it looked like it was recorded on a microwave with how pixelated it was. Like you couldn't even tell whether the girl said yes or not. The first time I saw the video, I thought I was watching a proposal in Minecraft. But this isn't the only time his Android has hurt our friend group, because whenever we're all on a FaceTime call, my Android friend will get mad because he doesn't have FaceTime. And he'll be like, guys, can we all just talk on Zoom so I can join too? Dog, this is not third period English. We are not using Zoom to FaceTime. And don't even get me started on him turning our text messages green. This is your warning to never send a girl a voice message over text. Because for some reason, all the girls I know love to send voice messages rather than texting, but every time they do it, it always sounds the same. They'll start out by saying they have something super important to tell you, but then they'll get distracted and never get to the point. And the messages are always like 30 minutes long. I remember one time, a girl said she needed to tell me about her family problems, so she sent me a voice message that was 14 minutes long, and somehow, she didn't talk about her family once in it, because she got distracted when she saw a cat chasing a butterfly outside her window when she was recording the message. Like y'all do know you can just re-record the voice message, right? I had to put it on 2x speed just so I could finish it. Like this girl's out here sending me a whole podcast. Nobody talks about the difference between how girls make plans versus guys. Because with girls, they make them months in advance. I've met a girl before that had her next 6 months planned out in a calendar day by day. But for guys, it's way different because my friend recently got married, but we haven't talked a lot the past couple years. So when I saw him post on social media that he proposed to his girlfriend, I wasn't sure if I would get invited to the wedding. So about 6 months went by and I never received an invitation, so I figured I just didn't make the list. But then randomly, I get a phone call from him, so I pick it up and he goes, "Yo man, long time no see. What are you doing on November 9th? And I was like, November 9th as in tomorrow? And he goes, yeah. So I tell him I'm not doing anything. And then he's like, oh, bet. Well, do you want to come to my wedding? So then I said, aren't you supposed to invite people months in advance? But apparently, the only reason I got an invitation is because someone else couldn't make it, so I just filled the spot. I'll take it though. Free food is free food. Nobody talks about how scary it is when you're at your friend's house and they tell their mom you're hungry. Like, great, now your mom hates me. Because when I was younger, I would hang out at my friend's house after school a lot, but he had an appetite smaller than a celebrity on Ozempic. So I didn't want to ask him for food at his own house. I wanted him to offer it, but he was never hungry. So what I did is give him subtle hints that I was hungry, hoping that this would make him offer me food. Like we would see a Taco Bell commercial on the TV and I would be like, dang, Taco Bell sounds really good right now, doesn't it? But he would just be like, nah, not really. But one time when I did this, instead of responding to me, he was just like, hey, yo, mom, Tyler's hungry. Can you make him something? Why would you say it like that? Now your mama just thinks I'm a big back who wants to empty all her cabinets. I mean, I am, but still. If you ever need an excuse to skip school, do not say you have to go to a funeral. Because one time, I was going on vacation with my family, so I was gonna miss some school. But I needed an excuse to tell my teacher to not get in trouble, and I decided to tell her that I was going to my grandma's funeral. But I really didn't want her to question it, so I made it super dramatic, and I was like, yeah, this is the last grandma I had. But I really shouldn't have said this, because the teacher told me to take as much time off as I need. So a couple months later, the end of the school year came around, and this was my last year of elementary school, so we had like a graduation event for everyone that was gonna be moving on to middle school. But guess who came to this event? My grandma. And I totally forgot that I told my teacher she passed away. So when the event ended, my teacher came to say goodbye and she started talking to my whole family, including my grandma. So when my grandma introduced herself, my teacher looked as if she saw a ghost, because she probably thought she did. Once I realized why she had that look on her face, I was like, okay, time to go. I'm just glad I never had to go back. Does anyone else have a friend you'll be on FaceTime with for no reason at all? Like, you don't even gotta be talking or paying attention to each other, and you're always doing the most random things while on it. Like, I was on FaceTime with my friend once while I was making food, and my mom came in, but she didn't even notice him, because neither of us were talking. But then he coughed, which made my mom flinch and go, did you hear that? And I said, hear what? Then she goes, I'm pretty sure I just heard someone cough. So I was like, oh yeah, that's James. And I showed her the phone, but then she was like, since when were you guys talking to each other? And I was like, about the past 2 hours. Then she asked why no one was speaking if we were on the phone this whole time. And I was like, I don't know. We just kind of like to chill in each other's presence, to be honest. But what makes this hilarious is James didn't even hear any of this conversation because he had me muted. Why was I muted, you ask? He was at the dentist. We were FaceTiming while he was getting a cavity removed. So when I say we FaceTime for no reason at all, I mean it. Nobody talks about the difference between dress codes for girls versus guys at school. Because you would have thought everyone in my class was super down bad with how much the students got dress coded. Like, the girls would get so angry because anything they tried to wear got them sent straight to the principal's office. There was one time where a girl wore a long sleeve shirt that completely covered her whole body, but it was a little baggy around the neck. So when she adjusted it, you could see her shoulder. And the moment the teacher saw that shoulder peeking out, he sent her straight to the office and she came back with a XXL gym shirt on. But what even is the thought process there? Are there really people at school gooning over over a girl's shoulder? I mean, I thought toe fetishes were weird, but y'all are taking it to the next level. Meanwhile, dress codes for guys at my school was basically non-existent. I remember during Halloween, one kid literally did not wear a shirt to school, and the teacher didn't care. Honestly, my theory is that the dress code is for the teachers, not the students. I made a video talking about how a bunch of people were screenshotting my face when I looked really ugly and making it their profile picture, but after I posted that, everyone in the comments on that video did the same thing. Except now, they're editing my face to make me look even more ugly. So now, I'm just gonna wear a hat and not show any emotion in my videos to make sure there is no way you can get an ugly screenshot of me. Checkmate. I just ran over my hamster. I'll show it to you in a second, but it died yesterday and I put it in a box because I was gonna go bury it today. And for some reason, I put this stupid box on top of my car. So when I drove away, I ran over the box. I'm so sorry, Alfred. You didn't deserve this. I met someone in the bathroom yesterday that watches my videos, and it was awful because when I first walked in, he was washing his hands and I saw him look at me, but by the way he was staring, I could tell right away he knew who I was. But obviously, I was about to use the urinal, so he didn't want to approach me while I was doing that. So instead, as I'm at the urinal trying to go number one, out of the corner of my eye, I see him just standing there staring at me. He was just waiting for me to finish, and I don't know why, but I get stage fright when I use public restrooms. If I even have the slightest feeling that someone's watching me while I'm trying to pee, I can't do it. So I literally just stood there at the urinal for a good 30 seconds waiting, and he knew I wasn't going because if I was, you would be able to hear it. So since I couldn't go, I just turned around and then the guy asked me if I make videos online. Now he's gonna tell all his friends this weird guy on the internet that he met has bladder problems. Nobody talks about how scary it is to be friends with someone that collects embarrassing pictures of you. Because just the other day, I FaceTimed my friend, but when he answered, he told me that he was hanging out with this girl that I knew he liked. And she could hear me. So to mess with him, I said, oh, okay, I'll let you guys hang out and FaceTime you later. I just wanted you to know that I got you the rash cream you were asking me for. Just let me know when you want me to bring it over. And then I hung up after saying that. But this was a big mistake because a couple hours later, I see that he posted something on his story. So I click on it, and what is it? This picture! I don't even remember him taking this. This is why I need to keep a straight face at all times. I think I just watched the most emotional, amazing movie ever created, and now I can't stop crying. I just found out that my doctor follows me on social media, but he got angry at me last time I saw him because I told him I never eat vegetables. So now, I gotta start pretending I like these so he doesn't get mad at me again. Look at me, Dr. Sheridan. I love vegetables. I almost just got kicked out of the airport because someone airdropped me a video while I was waiting for my flight. And being the curious person I am, I accepted it. But this was a big mistake because with my phone on full volume, this was the video that played.
There's a bomb strapped to my chest! It's gonna explode in
Just caught my first shiesty. Who wants to be ops with me, huh? Although I should warn you, I can only have oppositions until 9 p.m. because that's my bedtime. But just comment down below if you want to be ops and we can make it happen. Just don't say any bad words, please. I hate having intrusive thoughts because I was getting ready this morning, but as I was putting deodorant on, I was like, you know what? This looks pretty tasty. So I took a bite out of it, and guess what? It's not nearly as tasty as it looks. I mean, the good part is my breath is super minty now, see? But unfortunately, my mouth is also burning very bad. What do? I bought this blue drink because it looked like a shield potion from Fortnite, but after opening it, it smelled really weird. So I checked out the label, and it turns out this isn't a big pot. It's laundry detergent. I'm gonna need to get revived if I drink this. I got a DM from someone asking if they could send me fan mail, so I was like, yeah, sure. And I thought they were gonna send me a drawing or something like that, but their package arrived today, and tell me why they sent me 8 bottles of baby oil. What am I gonna do with all this? My friend just texted me saying he's outside waiting to pick me up, so I told him I'll be out in 2 minutes. But how do I explain to him that I actually won't be outside in 2 minutes because I'm currently taking a bubble bath? My friend drew this symbol on me while I was sleeping, and he told me it meant I'm single. But when I went out in public with it, some people gave me really strange stares. So I looked it up, and it turns out this symbol means I've been neutered. I've been walking around like this all day. When my friend asked if I wanted to split a tub of ice cream with him, this is not what I thought he meant. How am I supposed to even eat this? I mean, I'm gonna find a way because I'm a big back, but still. I just heard a cat meowing outside, so I started meowing back with it. But after a couple minutes, I heard the cat laugh, and that's when I realized it wasn't a cat making that sound. It was my cousin downstairs. I was meowing back and forth with him, thinking he was a cat the whole time. Does anyone else have a friend that's late to literally everything? And that's not even an exaggeration because my friend doesn't have his license. So anytime we want to do anything, I have to pick him up. So you would think since I'm doing this favor, he would always be ready to go on time. Right? Wrong, because whenever I leave my house, I text him saying that I'm on my way, and he'll respond right away. So then when I'm like 2 minutes away, I'll text him again saying that I'm here. But when I send that text saying that I've arrived, For some reason, in his head, that's the signal for him to start getting ready. He doesn't even get out of bed until I send that text. So I literally have to wait outside of his house for at least 20 minutes before he's actually ready. But there's been times where I would have to wait a really long time, so I would FaceTime him, and he would literally be in the shower. Like, why didn't you do that before? Or another time I FaceTimed him after waiting a while, and he was heating up the stove to make chili. Bro, I've been waiting outside of your house for 2 hours. And you're revving up the fryers? At this point, I've just accepted it though, because you can't change him. You can't.